Good morning, stampers and fans. It is Mary Blackstone here, coming to you from my crafty cafe in Coast Creek, Manitoba, 20 minutes northeast of Winnipeg. Welcome, welcome. I hope you are enjoying today's morning. It's a little cloudy here, but it's supposed to be starting to get nice, and we might actually hit the plus digits tomorrow. Shocker. So, if you're here, say hello. Let me know where you're from. How's the weather? What do you got planned today? It is midweek. It is Humpday INKspiration Day today. That's usually what I was hoping I used to call it, and I'm hoping I can continue moving forward. And I didn't put that in the title. Instead, I said, "What's up, Stampin' Up?" Because there is so much going on. Lots of changes happening, both internally, like admin-wise, technology-wise, events. It's really evolving, and I'm super excited to be part of it and share everything. So, let's get on with it. So don't forget that if you place a minimum order of $60 this week, you will get a copy kit of all the pieces and everything we used today. I just can't stamp for you, right? And then you get to also like, share, and comment, which gives you 3 draw tickets to enter in my draw to win the cards. So you never know, you might get both. So I'd like to thank you. I've seen orders come through already, and that is because of the new product of the month. So the new product of the month is this gorgeous DSP. Mine will not arrive until next week, so I can't share it with you in person until it gets here, but there's some really cool patterns going on in here, lots of great colors, and don't forget to add it to your cart. The number is 167977. There's been lots of customers and crafters who assume that it automatically just gets added to your order. It does not. There is a product of the month each month, so there's choices. So if you didn't get December's or January's, then you have a choice. So you can pick the DSP from December, the stamp set from January, or this month's DSP pack. Okay, and love how they used the designer series paper to cut out the big letters of banjo here. So just so you know too, I don't know if you know this with Stampin' Up, but a lot of the images they use is really personal pages that have been created by the artisan designers at Stampin' Up. So that is Banjo, someone's dog. Okay, and remember, it's only $5. So $5 versus $17, how can you go wrong? I forgot to update. Lanchan's products has been updated. There is some amazing stuff in there. Last fall's online exclusives. There is all the Christmas stuff has been added. Fun stuff. So I'll be playing with a lot of that to showcase with you. And if you spent money last month, for every $60, you should have had a bonus coupon. If you can't find your coupon, make sure you find it. If not, please call head office. I can't help you. There is a new paper pumpkin that coordinates with the Easter Joy Sweet collection. So you have until February 10th to order that. You can order subscriptions or you can order monthly. They're great gifts. If you're part of my crop, this is the stamp set that we will be featuring. I'm working on my links too for cookies, cards, and cocktails, or I guess we're going to change it to creativity, but I left it as cocktails for now. There's also 2 new kits available. I'm likely getting this one. I don't know what I would do with all the extras here, and my kids are older and don't really give cards unless they ask me to create one or I force them to. But this cute one that is like round and oval, that one looks like a lot of fun. So again, I couldn't pre-order those, so I'm getting those. Good morning, Kathy. Thanks for joining me. February's Let's Get Crafty Club is featuring the beautiful suite. Oh shoot, what is it called now? Why am I forgetting? I have 2 of the cards that I've been sharing with you anyway, but I'm not going to share more because I want the other 2 to be a surprise. So it is the Simply Beautiful stamp set, stamp bundle. So you'll have to do some embossing. All these little bits and pieces, like this and this, will be die cut, or, oh, those ones won't be die cut for you. But this whole thing will be die cut for you. You'll get all the pieces. The designer series paper is in your pack along with the ribbon, but you'll have to do all the stamping yourself. I'm not allowed to. It's company policy. So you have to register by the 15th. It's a PayPal link, so don't worry. I will post that as soon as I can figure out how to get all my links together. Thank you, Shell. No worries if you're late. Good morning, by the way. Hope all is good. Thank you for joining me. The exclusive join offer, so between now and March 2nd, if you'd like to be part of a fun team, that would be the Prairie Grass Stampers. You can join us from anywhere in Canada, and Stampin' Up! Will give you this free Stampin' positioner. So I've been using it, and we're going to use it again today. Haven't had a lot of time to play with it, but I have been using it as when I can. I love the fact that it has 2 plates because I think most of the time I would use the mini. So, but today we're going to use the big one. And with that too, when you sign up, you can take advantage of the online exclusives that are not available to customers till March. So if you have FOMO, now is the time to join up and you can add all the new exclusive products that are coming your way. This one I've been working on, and it is our Homemade Sweetness Mega Stamp Camp. There are 12 prizes, 12 make and takes, 3 bonus projects, a mystery challenge, door prizes. You get a video and a written tutorial with it. You get DSP, a whole pack of embellishment, ribbon, the whole shebang, because there's a lot to create, and then there's still lots left over. This is being put on by my team, my coast to coast collaborators. So there's 3 of us: Rachel Kuhn, Dee Slater, and myself. So if you would like to participate and you live in the States, you can order from either one of them. One is on the East Coast, one is on the West Coast, and then you have me in Central. So it's kind of nice. I'm also offering that on March 21st, you're welcome to come to my home and create with me if you don't want to create alone, because we really don't want to create alone. But everything is recorded, but you're more than welcome to come to my place and we'll have some snacks and we'll create the cards and work together and have some laughs and fun. Okay, that's a lot. Whoa. Yeah, really? Which one? Oh yeah, it's so cute. Okay, like I wish I had it, but it's not coming till next week. Coffee sip. And like the jar is insane. I can't wait to play with it. Okay, so this whole week so far, we've been playing with Boardwalk Fun. Next week's going to be Cake Day. So Boardwalk Fun is this one here, and then it, of course, it has tons of coordinating. It's a suite. It's a suite as well, and it also has tons of coordinating product. And it's in their catalog on page 46. Yeah, Beach Boardwalk. So here they've got some really cool examples that you can create with already. So, you know, it's easy peasy. And then you can see the paper there. I don't know what I did with my sheet. Oh, I probably put it away. Some puffy stickers, which I've shared. But today, since it's Stampin' Up! Day and we're here to INKspire, get it? We're going to create this card here because I haven't used the roller coaster yet and I really want to. Good morning, Christine. Good morning, Margaret. Thanks for joining me. Just reminding you that in case you missed it, that this month's Let's Get Crafty Club features the Simply Beautiful bundle. So if you're participating, please make sure you order it or let me know by Friday so I can add it to your order for free. So, oh, sorry. No, that's not true. You have to pay retail price, but your shipping and taxes are free because I'm already putting a kit together. So anyway, that is how that works. Here is my card. So this is the card that is cased here. You can't see it. It's underneath, but they also did it in blue, which is the ombre paper. I love how they made a night scene, and I was debating on doing that one, but we've done Northern Lights many times. Maybe I need to do it again. I don't know. And here they kind of cut it off, but I left mine whole. So, because I wanted it to stay whole, but we can shift it if you want, and I can show that so that it's almost the same. Okay, so how do we do this? So this is not DSP. So I've already got my stuff here. So we're going to use 3 colors and we're going to blend. So that's what's happening. It's all about the ink. So we got Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, and Daffodil Delight. So I have a standard piece of white, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Your typical, I didn't shrink it down or anything. And then you're also going to need some masking tape. Okay. So Stampin' Up! Sells masking tape that looks like this. It comes in a package like this. And the reason we want masking tape is because we need to make that bottom piece, keep that bottom piece white. So what I love about our masking tape is it comes in half like this, so it's easy to peel. So usually you cut from the top here and add on. But because I needed a longer piece, I cut a 3/4 of an inch off. And then it's super sticky. So before you begin in using, it's super sticky and reusable. So before you begin, when you get a new piece, you definitely want to just stick it on your pants or your shirt like this to make it less sticky. Because if you do not, then when you put it down and you start brushing, it'll become a problem. It will lift and tear your paper. That's what I've noticed. It's that sticky. Awesome product, but it's too sticky in my to me. So make sure you do that. Okay, so this piece is just, like I said, 3/4 of an inch, and it's reusable. So what I usually like to do is if I have say this was an intricate design, and I was using it, I would literally just take my stamp, my paper, and I would stick it on there so I can use it again on another day. That's how I would do it. And I just got static in my pieces. Just lifted up off of my tray. These are so tiny. I literally am using a little dish to hold all the pieces right now. Okay, and then when I need it, I just pull this off slowly, and there. So where it's stalled is usually means it's still too sticky in that spot. Okay. So let's add this 3/4 inch strip on. So all I'm going to do, it's longer, so I'm just going to line it up along the bottom. Okay. Now if you don't have a glass mat, you just take paper and use it as your base so that you don't get it all over your dining table or craft table. Okay. So I personally just use my mat because I can. Okay, so now that's on, and I have both ends so that I can hold it in place. Okay, like that. So if you don't, then just grab paper. Here, I'll do it. You know what? Here, I'll even just do it. I'll even just take one of these. So I'll just take this, which I shared with you a minute ago, and go like that. Okay, so then that way you have a spot to dab. Okay, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to move this more to the left. It's just how I roll. Because then now I have all of this. Now the reason I like using my glass mat is if you add ink to this, to here, you can pick it up, reuse whatever ink you have on your glass mat to apply. Whereas here, if we brush it on paper, it's rendered useless. Okay, so we're gonna start with light to dark. Whenever I'm blending, I always like to go light to dark because then the colors all blend. So we're gonna take some Daffodil Delight, lightly brush it on there. Do swirls here because you see that? We don't want that blend. And that's what happens. And then you're going to start off the edge and just come in and color. Okay, and then the ink will apply. Sometimes my fingers are greasy, so then I try not to touch the piece. And you're just going in small little circles, so I'll use a napkin or a Post-it note to put my fingers on so that way I don't get blobs of oil on my cardstock, and then the ink has nothing to stick to. Okay, so in this case, I'm just using my masking tape as to hold it it's not really moving, but I just feel like I need to hold it. So small circular motions, not pressing hard. Some people like to put their finger there and use that. Or some people hold their brush like this. There's no rhyme or reason. It's just whatever is comfortable with you. Especially if you have like a little bit of arthritis in your hand, you want to make sure you can hold that comfortably. So there's no right or wrong. Okay. So again, and now the nice thing about blending too is you can put as little or as much as you want. And I think I'm happy with that. I'm not looking for big dark brightness, like deep coloring. Okay, so that is Daffodil Delight. So move that out of the way. And then we're gonna come in with Timid Tiger. Timid Tiger is one of our new oranges in our ink color. So just gonna get that blob out of my brush. What is that on there? I don't know. Let's see if it goes away. Hopefully it's not, doesn't show up. Oh, well, we'll cover it. There's some like dark speckles on my paper, but I think it's gonna get covered up anyway. But I'm like, where did that come from? Okay, so again, just lightly brushing and then picking up, doing my swirly thing over there and gliding back on from the edges. And then if you get a little bit on your dining table, remember it's water-based ink, so you can just wipe it with a damp cloth. Okay, so you can start seeing that color coming through. Okay, now if you don't have blending brushes, then you can just use an ombre background of patterned paper. And then you could blend it a bit more too. And then if you have like a really stark line, you can then take your light one if you want and just blend along that line to try and get it a little more smoother. Okay, so I'm gonna pick up more ink there, blob again, and just apply a little bit of pressure and get that color on. I think I'm pretty happy with this. So again, it's just how dark you really want to go. So I'm kind of looking more at a sunset than a midnight roller coaster ride. Although we do know if you have kids or you love roller coaster rides yourself, then you know you can really shut the place down, right? Because you'll just go on one ride after the other. I will tell you, I used to love roller coasters. But now that I'm older, oh my God, my stomach just can't handle it. I'm getting to that point now where it's like, oh, I think I'm gonna puke. And I'm afraid of heights too, so that doesn't help either. But as long as we're in motion, I'm okay. So now we've got our strawberry slush, which is our darker color, and I'm gonna tap, not tab, over there. And then we're just gonna go in and put our color on. Now, the other nice thing about this is, just so you know, you'll notice that the edges all get inked up as well. So if you were to cut this down, you will lose those edges. So I usually, if I know I'm gonna do a smaller layer, like a smaller piece, then I will cut it first. So then that way my edges have the color of the ink. Piece of hair, pop in there. Okay, and this one I want a little more darker, so I'm just gonna flip it because I'm right-handed and my hand's getting tired. So I just want to go this way more. Okay, getting there. But I wanted to show you how easy this is, because in an hour we can get this done. And really, it's all about the ink when we're doing a bit of stamping. So this card really doesn't take very long. But if you've never done blending before, I wanted to make sure you understood the process and see how easy it is. I know most of you probably have, but I just want to make sure that if there is anybody new, then they understand how blending works. Now these brushes are no different than the Stampin' Up brushes. It's just I've been blending way before Stampin' Up released their version of their blending brushes. I do like the fact that Stampin' Up's brush is bigger. So when you're doing something like this, it really gets more surface area than this head. And I also have a selection of minis, because sometimes when you're masking, you don't need this big, huge brush and you're trying to get in there. So I also have minis, and then I have micro minis to get into those little vines or leaves on masks. Okay, I think I'm done. Now, if you find that, you know, you need more, then there's plenty of ink on there, so you can go back in and just use up whatever ink you have on there. And the way you know there's more is you can take a paper towel. You take your paper towel and rub it on there, you'll see that there's ink. So if you want to reuse this for another project and use a different color, then you definitely want to just clean that brush as much as you can to get all the extra ink off. In fact, sometimes I add a little bit, I dampen my cloth, my paper towel, add a little bit of water by tapping and then cleaning as much of that off, because that will transfer to your other ink pad. So if you only have one brush, that's the way to go. I'm a little weird and OCD, so I like the rainbows. So I like Roy G. Biv, so I have one for red, orange, green, yellow, blues, indigo, or purples, light purple, dark purple, and then I have one for pink, light pink, dark pink, like I'm a little cray-cray that way. Okay, so there we go. So just a few tips there. So we're just gonna peel this back, so look at my paper. And then we're gonna remove the masking. So if I mask that correctly, I should have a nice, decent line there. Ta-da! And that's what it looks like. There's your blending. You just made your own pattern paper, designer series paper. Now you could use this again or toss it, whatever your preference. I'm gonna toss it because I'm done. I've made 2 already. Okay, so then paper. You'll see that again tomorrow. So there we go. So now we are ready to ink, like so. So all we have to do is grab, so I'm using Secret C. So I'm going to grab my Stampin' Positioner, because this one's a big stamp and I don't want to make a mistake. I'm not a very good stamper, believe it or not. Yes, that's true. And so I'm going to line this up at the 2 and 5 inch mark here. And then I'm going to take my magnets and stick them on. Now I was thinking I have my old Stamparatus, and I also have a Misty, and I also have a No Name. So if I want extra magnets, I can pull from those. I would not pull from my Stamparatus though, because the magnet's a lot thicker. These are thinner. I love the tabs because then it's so easy to move. In fact, on my Stamparatus, or any of them, I actually wrap it in painter's tape, so I have a tab of my own to use to lift. So now I don't have to do that, which is great. I could show that to you. Okay, so this should line up, yep, pretty good. This lines up here to the bottom of my yellow, and that's where I want it. So that's good. Okay, so I just shifted it a bit, so I'm just gonna move that over a bit more again. Oh, my stomach's growling. I haven't had breakfast yet. And then I was up early because the kids are like, there's nothing for lunch. And I'm like, okay, well, I didn't finish grocery shopping yesterday. Still gotta do my Costco run-in, so yeah. So anyway, made some quick chicken taco meat and they can do the rest, which they did. So that's good. They're good that way, although it'll be taco night regardless. Okay, so where are my stamps? I'm going to save time and put my sentiment stamp on here as well. So I use the word celebrate, because remember we didn't use that yet. So we're going to grab the word celebrate. Where am I going to put this so I don't lose it? Okay, there. And it's just going to go here in the bottom right-hand corner. I just want to make sure that's straight. So what's great is I'm just using my grid lines. Tricky. And messing it up right now and trying to make sure that my word celebrate is centered. Pretty good. And then I'm going to bring in my positioning tool again. Pick that up. And now I have both on there. And the reason why it shifts is because it's so sticky. It's not a bad thing. Be thankful. Okay, so now I'm just going to position my, just double check, my magnets so that they are close to the stamp and then it won't pick up as much. So that was another tip everyone gave. If you watch other US demonstrators or UK, they've already been playing with this longer thanks to time change and have been doing lots with theirs. I have not had time, but I'm slowly getting there and we'll use it as much as we can. I can't wait to use that triangle piece and do a wreath, but in time. So now we're just gonna add this because I haven't re-inked it. And hopefully there's enough ink. There usually is enough ink, and that's the beauty is you can just press it multiple times. So I'm gonna hop in, ready, set, go. And then we're just gonna push. And like before, you're just gonna gently rub that down to make sure you get all the ink. Last time I missed this whole thing. So I just wanna make sure, and then it'll lift up. And voila, see, I missed it again, OMG. OMG. So we're just gonna put it back down, rub in that same spot. I did that yesterday. Oh, still a little bit. I suck. See, this is why I need a Stampin' positioner. It's still, and look, I still have a little bit of ink on there and I still missed. So if I was to do this loosely, because it's a big stamp, I would have missed. Okay, I'm gonna add a little more ink. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Oh, it shifted a bit. So, just gonna drop that back in place a bit. And then, oh, that's funny. Tap that down. Much better. Actually, it doesn't even matter. I just realized because I'm gonna cover it. Duh. Okay. So look at how crisp that celebrate is. Here, let me just bring it up a little closer. So now you can see how bright and crisp it is. So that's why I always like to use my Stamparatus in the past, and especially when I Versamark ink because I'm terrible at it. Okay, I always miss something. I'm very cautious when I do my videos, but not so much when I'm by myself. Okay, so in here, there is the dies. So there is a die for the roller coaster, which I can handle. And that's this 4 little pieces, and that literally covers this. So that's why I was like, I don't know why I'm stressing when I'm just gonna cover it. So there you go. But I always seem to miss that one spot. And then I cut out the star from the dies as well. And then of course, our Ferris wheel. So let's get all those bits out. I'm just gonna grab my scrap bin here, my little tray, and dump these in. And now we're not going to add any little baskets, or what do you call these? What did I call them yesterday? I can't remember. And put that on there. So we're pretty much done here. So now I've got that. I'll put my positioner away, and I'm gonna bring in my silicone mat because I don't want it to get all sticky. Okay, so these are super, super tiny, right? And I'm not gonna put dimensionals on this one, this little dude. So I'm just gonna pick it up with my tweezers though. And then I'm gonna grab my fine tip ink. These are little bottles that that I fill. So 1 bottle of the Tombow that we sell fits inside here. And then you get this nice fine tip. Stampin' Up does sell fine tip glue, but I find that it doesn't work as well as Tombow. in my point of view. Yours is ordered. Oh, I can't wait for all of us to get together and share. Like seriously, we have team gathering. So if anybody wants to come to team gathering on February 12th, everybody needs, then you should come. It's, you know what? It's fun. It's $10. It's open to anybody, and we share. Like everybody brings things that they've created so we can be inspired. I do prize draws for my team members because I give them challenges, but if you're not part of the team, you just don't participate in that part. We snack a bit, have some coffee or juice, whatever we feel like drinking. And then, yeah, so it's like a couple hours and we hang out. So if you're part of my team, then, or not, I mean, I've had past demonstrators from other ladies, from other teams come, then just bring your new product because we all didn't order the same thing, I'm sure. So I want to see what everybody got. And plus, I can't order everything. I'm not that rich. So yeah, the bigger my team, the more bonuses I get. And I can order more to share. But so I need you all to sign up and join my team. Okay, so I'm using black mini dimensionals because it's black. So we're gonna, like it's dark. So this is all Secret C. And then I'm gonna take this little star and put one on there behind, like this starburst. And then we're gonna stick that in the center, like they did in the catalog, right there for my spinning wheel. Now in the catalog, it shows it like cut off. So it's like over here to the edge and your wheel is kind of cut off. So on mine here, I didn't cut it off. I wanted it all there. So here we'll see what it looks like cut off. So if we're going to do that, we got to make sure we put some adhesive on that side. Okay, so I'm going to figure out where I want to grab. I think I'll just grab my tweezers right there. And then we'll go here. And then again, we're going to add, so I'm going to add a big circle of adhesive in the middle, down the sides. And you can see how thin my glue is being applied. Okay, maybe not right there at that moment. But that's how it works. And then I'm going to do a dollop on each one of these, what do you call them? Barrels, bins. I had the word yesterday. See, this is a premenopause kicking in. Welcome. I forget the words. I don't know if I need glue on that one. So the nice thing about the silicone mat is it's going to pick up all my adhesive that I might have dripped along the sides. Okay, I should be good. So I'm worried more about this side here. I don't know how much of it's gonna be on there once I lay it down. Okay, so I'm gonna put that there, and then we're gonna cut off some of that edge there. So we're gonna line it up. I'm just lining it up on the bottom there of so that it's in line with the roller coaster edge, and then press. Okay. So nothing really oozed out. There's a little bit of oozing there. But then this here is touching the silicone mat, not my glass mat, so that'll pick it up. And then when your silicone mat has too much glue, you just run it under water with a little bit of soap and all that glue comes off and it's new again. Hey, not so bad. So I'm going to grab my glue stickers. Good morning, Irene. Thanks for joining. And I'm going to cut this off on the edge there because that we don't need. And then there, so now you've got that partial view, or that. Now they cut off more, and you can see it on the in the catalog. You can see here they've cut off 1, 2, 3. Oh, about 4, just about 4, I think, almost 4 of the barrels there. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 8. So I chose to go a little closer. That's fine. It's your card. Do whatever you like. So again, you'll get the Ferris wheel and these bits, but I can't stamp this. So hopefully you have this bundle. Or if not, you're more than welcome to come over and use mine. I always like to craft with people. You know, Sarah's big thing is she wants people to gather and not feel alone. She wants to solve loneliness. And she truly believes that crafting is where it's at. So that's why Stampin' Up's still standing and evolving, because we should not be crafting alone. She wants to give people a hobby or something that everyone can be passionate about. Because, you know, not everybody creates cards. Not everybody scrapbooks. Some people like to do 3D projects. But whatever, it's just to create and build a community together. So that's my thing too, is I don't like crafting alone. I like crafting with people. And that's why I build a team, or believe in building a team. And also why I believe in hosting multiple events, because it then means that I'm not crafting alone. And I'm sharing my passion and love for it all. Okay, so we're going in here with our ink. Oh, shoot. Wait. Hang on. I forgot. We're going to stamp the inside. Haha. So we want to stamp the inside, and I want to stamp the inside here. I want to put that roller coaster on the inside. I forgot. Sorry. So don't worry. That ink won't go any, or that glue won't go anywhere. So I'm going to line it up at the 2 and the 5, but I'm going to fold this. I'm going to fold my base over because I don't want it to go onto the other side. Although you can. I mean, it's really up to you. I know it's at the 2 and the 5 because that is where I positioned my original. Okay. Like so. And then again, I'm going to just take this word celebrate and I'm going to move it to the top here, because I don't need it. I just want to make sure it's off my page. You know what? I'll put it over here because I haven't cleaned it yet. Okay, so then that's going to sit there. Oh, I got to go a little higher. I want it more at the bottom. So I'm going to have to move it. Where am I moving it to? Oh, oops. So I got to move it down more. So I gotta move my paper up. So I'm gonna move this all the way to the top as far as I can go. Yes, I touched it, but don't worry, it'll still be fine. Because there's so many lines, you won't really even notice. Okay, that's a good spot. So I'm gonna ink that up. Like, why not stamp the left side of your pad? Okay, so I can see here, I don't need to ink that side, but just want to ink that. This would be fun as a scrapbook page too. I don't have any pictures yet, but I wonder if I can create something that will work. I can see I missed ink there, so I'm just gonna drop anyway. And pull up. Yep, missed a few spots. I can see the ink there. See? Not a great crafter. If I can do it, anyone can. Okay. Drop that back in place. And I don't know why. I just never get that middle there. It just doesn't like me. Oh, you can see it a bit. Okay. What the? Don't like me. Okay, there we go. Okay. Actually, it doesn't look that bad. So you can see it come off, and then I'm just gonna take this, and there's a few markings here and there. Oh, I guess I missed a few there, but that's okay. I'm gonna leave it because I don't want it. A roller coaster is faded over time. It's not perfect. When you go see them, they scare the crap out of me because I'm like, that looks like it's gonna fall apart. And then I go on it and I get whiplash and I'm screaming my head. Bart loves going on roller coaster rides with me. Bart is my husband. And he laughs so hard because all he can do is watch my facial expressions, because I'm like, I go crazy. I'm like, ah! I'm screaming, I'm yelling, I'm everything. So he thinks it's funny. So he's always like, yeah, so you ready to go on that ride? And I'm like, no, I'm not. Oh yeah, I'm gonna leave it blank. Sorry, I was gonna stamp here, enjoy the ride. But then I remembered, oh wait, this is your card, not mine. Oh, crapoli. New card base. I went the wrong way. No one noticed? The card isn't vertical. It's horizontal. It's landscape, not portrait. I love the fact that nobody here noticed or said anything. Okay, let's try that again real quick. So, score once, cut once. So we're gonna score at 4 1/4. This is how you make 2 card bases at once without having to do multiples. Score once, cut once. So we scored at 4 1/4, and now we're gonna cut at 5 1/2, and we have 2 card bases ready to go. I always put the extras in my pile so I can use it for next one. Nobody said anything. You guys are funny. Okay, so let's try that again. This time it's gonna work. I was wondering why. I'm like, why is that not working? Because 2 and 5 should work. Oh man. Actually, I need to go up a little higher. Oh, that was funny. So yesterday I screwed up and put embossing powder all over my stamp. Today I screwed up and put my card the wrong way, and none of you said anything. I think I had to go up well, I should go up 3/4 of an inch if I want it right on the edge, but let's just double check. Okay, maybe you all left, that's why you didn't notice. Okay, where's my line? So my score line is at 4 1/4. So my score line's at, oh yeah, that's perfect. Okay, we're right there. So this is gonna move up a bit. That's funny. Feel free to send a laughing emoji or, you know, a heart because it's hilarious. And do it again. So, see? None of us crafters are perfect. Okay, so we're going to ink that up because my card is landscape, not portrait, peeps. And we're doing this on the top part because the bottom part is where we want to put our sentiment. And then we're going to push and just rub a little bit. So this is great if you actually do have arthritis in your hands because you don't have to apply a lot of pressure. It's just really a push and pull up. And then that way, and I can see where there's still ink on there. So that's why I keep pushing down. And this way you're not applying a lot of pressure. Now, I also have a funky tool, which I bought years ago. Love these. You see a lot of people make these 3D ones. I love mine because it was made with flowers and it's called Stamptabulous and it just pushes down. So it just helps my wrist a bit in that sense. There we go. How beautiful is that? I did fantastic on this one. Ta-da! Okay, so now that's along the line there. So then let's just let that dry a bit so we don't get it on anything. Oh my. So, but just so you know, I'm not throwing this out because I can reuse this. So now I can make a different card and put something else on the front. Okay, so this is our card base and it's gonna fold like so. And this way I know where my front is going. I'm just letting that dry a bit because that's a lot of secrecy. Okay, so back to inking up our front, which sat there forever, and my initial in the middle, and make sure we put this the right way, and then this goes on the front, like so. And ta-da! Our card is almost finished. Okay, oops. So the last thing we need to do, and we're at 9:44, pretty good, is put on our small pieces. So I'm gonna grab my liquid glue, and there's that one little tiny die, and oh my gosh, I can't believe how small these are. Like, let me get my take your pick tool because it's really, really, really tiny. Like that is 1/4 by 1/4. Like it's 1/8, I think. It is so tiny. Like Yeah, one of these squares. I was like, yeah, that's like the smallest thing ever. So instead of gems, I'm using the paper. And we're just using these weebies, these little tiny ones. So I'm gonna pick up this one, because this one I know I need to position first. Add a couple drops there. Oh, the birds are chirping. And then I'm gonna put that right there. Or not. Okay, just like they did. And then I'm gonna add a dollop of glue up here and one down here. And I'm gonna pick up these eensy beensy pieces, teeny weeny, and add that. So we're not using embellishments, we're literally just using die cuts and paper. So, oh, it's stuck. Total INKspiration. And then we got a couple more over here. I'm just gonna add, and this is strawberry slush, by the way. And then I'm gonna grab those minis. There's one. Oh, so tiny. And stick one on there. Hold it for a second because it's gonna come off. It's so small, it's gonna come off. And I think I rubbed off my glue, so I'll put a little bit more again. And grab a second one. There we go. So we'll let those dry. And that's our card. Done like dinner. We are done. 9:45. Awesome. So thank you for joining me. I hope you liked that and all my goofy things. Don't forget to like, share, and comment so that you can be entered to win these cards. And also place an order of $60 or more. And you will receive a kit. So I'll give you all the pieces for this. And then, unfortunately, I don't have the stamp. So I can't stamp for you is what I mean. And there's our two. So when you open it up, then you have the roller coaster there again. And then you can just add, I couldn't type fast enough. Good job. Thanks, Kathy. And then you can just put in your sentiments there. So there we go. So thank you for joining me. Looking forward to tomorrow, which is Thursday. We're halfway through the week. Have a great day. Enjoy the weather. And I hope you get some creativity done today. Happy stamping and see you tomorrow.